Hi, I'll briefly introduce Wendy Edie, who is the Managing Director of eCom Scotland. She's been that for the past 17 years, and she's also an ambassador for Women's Enterprise Scotland for the last 4. Earlier this week, she was speaking on a panel to an audience in Canada to celebrate World Women's Day. But we look forward to hearing from Wendy this afternoon when she's speaking to the audience in the Midwest of America. Over to you, Wendy.
Thank you very much. I'm just going to see if I can share my screen, hopefully with you. Does that look okay?
Yep.
Grand. Well, thank you. We create solutions to meet the digital learning and assessment requirements for the modern workforce. We do from strategy to software platforms to learning content. And although we are not in one industry, we do have specialist experience in working in regulation, legislative industries, finance, education, scientific, medical, technology, transportation, engineering, and manufacturing. We're, as much as Alistair was saying that digital technologies is an emerging tech for Scotland, we are actually in our 25th year. We're headquartered in Scotland, in fact, in Dunfermline, which, as Alan said, is the birthplace of Andrew Carnegie. And we do have a US subsidiary in Greater Atlanta, and we opened that in 2014. The two things that have provided us with sustained and stable growth over these years. One is the continuity of ownership. So there's myself and Linda Steedman, who own eCom, and we're supported by David Birrell, who has an extensive career, including 24 years at Unilever. Our second commitment is to research and development. In fact, eCom was originally founded back in 1996 with 3 staff as an EU-funded innovation project to introduce organisations to the benefits of the internet. So you can imagine what it was like back then. So as just the internet has evolved in the last 25 years, the demands of the workforce to be connected, to be trained, to meet compliance and regulatory demands, to evidence effective training, to ensure business alignment of learning and return on investment, and also to accredit people's skills remotely. That's been more so since the pandemic. These are all being met with eCom systems using the latest technology from VR and AI and pretty much everything in between. Our clients are such as NOV in Norway, Taluni, they're based in The Hague, but they are to do with the Dutch language, the International Well Control Forum in the British Council, they're all based all around the world. And then we do significant amounts of work for our own Scottish Government as well. We also do quite a lot of confidential client work because we're driving competitive advantage for these organisations. So there's quite a lot more that I'm just not able to divulge at this time. But what we're saying though is that we are a company to be trusted, and we listen and we understand and we meet the current and future demands of business. And the reason that I'm really glad of the opportunity today to showcase eCom as a trusted learning technology company is for potential partnerships in the Midwest. The global education technology market size is anticipated to be in the region of $285 billion by 2027. So there's a huge growth curve. The technologies revolutionise the process of learning, from MOOCs, which is massive open online courses, to virtual classrooms, to educational technology, which is EdTech, short of. It's emerged rapidly during the pandemic, leading to an influx of massive investments worldwide. Countries across the globe are just realising the potential of integrating technology to enhance learning, enabling business leaders to undertake a range of innovations to integrate LearnTech or EdTech and EdTech into their education systems, their schools, their classrooms and their workplaces. And with this great growth opportunity ahead, we're specifically looking to tap into the extensive consultants in the Greater Chicago area to be the first to offer quality eCom LearnTech products and services alongside their current offerings. We have maybe clients looking to rely on performance management or digital learning products and services for their organisations to maximise efficiencies. perhaps maybe consultants in IT, training, education technology, HR, consultant firms, as well as talent and performance management. The partnerships examples that we already have and are working fantastically well are when partners are looking for new revenue streams for their existing customers. We tend to find customers want complete solutions to their pain points. So instead of like purchasing from other businesses in addition to yours, we can solve and support their digital learning problems and initiatives all at the same time, and then create new revenue streams for businesses by providing them with everything they need. And you can do this and increase your own value proposition by bundling eCom solutions with your existing training solutions. And there's others who are looking to enhance the customer loyalty, especially in the pandemic. Classroom-based training has been difficult, certainly recently, and with limitations, but the training usually limits the amount of time that you can spend and interact with your customers. So with digital learning, customers can interact with the brand over a kind of an extended period of time. And this not only keeps customers loyal to your brand, but present you with an opportunity to create recurring sales. It also allows you to analyse customer behaviour and formulate better solutions, and those keep customers coming back for more. So our current partners are pretty widely dispersed at the moment. We've from British Columbia over to Johannesburg, and they receive fantastic support and benefits from us, competitive percentage for the sale of eCom products and services. And these tend to be typically annual and monthly recurring billing, marketing collateral, training materials, software access, symbiotic business relationships to win contracts and increase sales, and generally an unmatched value in solutions for future clients. So you can see why a Midwest partnership would be of mutual benefit, I hope. So if any of this has sparked an interest, then I'd be delighted to connect on the SelectChicago networking platform, or I'm happy to contact by direct email. So thanks for listening. And
Thank you very much,
Wendy.
We'll have a panel session at the end where we'll have a chance to discuss issues with yourself, Mary, and Ewan. But yeah, thanks. And Wendy, you obviously have had an American subsidiary, and you've done quite a lot of work in the US. What surprised you in your work over here?
Well, I think for us, we've set up the subsidiary in 2014. So, I mean, everything was a surprise, to be fair. So it was just completely different. The culture, the employment laws, the banking laws, everything. So it was a bit of an education for myself. But now that it's all set up and running, I think really now it's just the vastness of it. So like you were saying, you know, from Scotland, you know, there's so many. You need to treat each state like a completely different city, and because we're doing, country, but what we are because we are delivering digital services, we then have to consider a lot of the tax laws across all the different states. So I mean, it's not anything that would be new to anybody that's actually in America, but because we're, you know, what we're used to in Scotland in conversion is so much simpler. If that's an advocate for coming to Scotland to invest, then it's so much simpler here for our point of view. So,
what have you found? Obviously, one of the faults sometimes with Scotland is Ewan pointed out that our lifestyle isn't as good as it could or should be, and our health reflects that. But one of the other faults we have sometimes is we don't sell ourselves that well. And what do you think your company has to offer that other, perhaps US companies offer a similar product? What makes you stand out ahead of them?
I think probably the support, and we own all the IP behind the tools, and there is a lot of tools on the marketplace. However, the peripheral stuff, all the support, the bespoking, the tailoring, most of our contracts end up being 3, 5, 10 years because it's a partnership that they're working for, rather than just, you know, selling a tool and then leaving people to get on with it. So we've got full support. We work, you know, we're based in Scotland, but our support goes international.
Wendy, you obviously have been, as many people across the globe, have been trying to balance kind of homeschooling and running a business at the same time. But I would guess one of the plus sides of COVID, if there are any, is that the remote working and distance learning has become the norm for the past year. That must give you a good platform to build on for the future.
Yes, absolutely. And as much as we tend to focus mostly on workforce learning, there is a lot of establishments that are needing lots of different new innovative solutions. So we are actually very, very busy at the moment, and a lot of our trade, 50%, over 50% of our revenues come in from international clients. So there's a lot on the go. Hopefully, I don't know what's happening in Chicago, but hopefully my children are going back to school partially next week, so I will take a massive big sigh of relief.
I can see your smiles getting bigger as it.
It's not been easy. It's not been easy, but what it has identified is that, and something that really needs probably to be addressed, is that the uniformity of how we digitally learn is quite varied across schools, across teachers and the like. So we're working really hard with organisations, because this is not just into the schools, into workforce learning as well, with groups like IEEE that are looking at, we're creating competency frameworks to be able to assess and evidence people's capabilities within the workforce, and actually creating a standardisation. I also love interoperability as well, Ewan. We like a bit of that when it comes to learning management systems as well, because it means you can drag all the data all around. So excellent. Yeah, there's lots of opportunities.
But since you've raised that word, I better pass the word to you.